Hello to y'all from Bayou Catholic Parishes. We are kicking off episode number 2. Just to give you a quick personal background of a number of things that have been taking places around the parish, I have recently been appointed as the pastor of St. Anne Assumption and St. Philomena, and that will be effective July 1st for an amount of 6 years. Not much is going to be changing, except the title. This morning, I was sitting in the office, and one of the staff member ran to me, and I had some papers to sign. And after I signed it and everything, usually when you write papers, when you sign papers for the diocese, you have to obviously sign your name, but also put down your position. And I put down administrator. And so the staff came to me, and she said, "Is this correct?" And I said, "Yes, that is correct. I am still the parish administrator all the way until July 1st. And so on July 1st, all that's going to change. And then it's only the title, like I mentioned, because a parish pastor does everything a parish administrator would do. So think of the background, the daily ins and outs, the business end of the parish. It's ran by a parish administrator. Think of kind of like a business manager. So here we have, I can think of two off the top of my head who do this. So St. George is one of them. Holy Rosary and Saint Amant is another one. So they have a pastor who takes care of the spiritual needs of the parish. So everything from the funeral masses to the Sunday masses, the weekday masses, confessions, visiting the sick, visiting the school, that falls onto the parish priests. Okay, but the parish administrator would take care of the staff. They would take care of the ins and outs, the business end of the parish. So if things are broken, the parish administrator will facilitate, the maintenance side of that to get it moving. So out here, we're not big enough in order to be having our own parish administrator. So I pretty much do both tasks. It doesn't seem to bother me right now. So we will see. If I need help, I will call for help. You can be guaranteed of that. So, anyways, that is a good news. The bishop will be coming to install me into the 3 parishes because we are 3 parishes, and each parish needs a pastor. And so right now we're all sharing one pastor. And so he'll be coming in. Right now we have set the date to be in the middle of July. And so he'll be coming in on Saturday, Sunday to install me at all 3 parishes. And so hopefully, I'm just throwing it out there that you are welcome to that installation mass. On to the number of next business things that we've been having here at our parish. So at the Assumption Hall, I know there were some problems with the ceiling, with the leakage and whatnot. Mr. Elvin and a number of volunteers have stopped by and fixed that already. And I saw some of those ceilings, tiles, being thrown away out in the dumpster already. So anyways, thank you to whoever noticed that and let us know about that. All of the LED lights in the cry room at St. Anne have also been upgraded to LEDs. The lights have been upgraded to LEDs. And a word about cry rooms. The cry room exists. This is my spiel on cry rooms. So cry rooms came about to be so that you can bring your children, crying children, into the room to settle him or her down before bringing that child back into the church. Okay, so the cry room does not exist so that you can hang out in there for the whole mass. Okay, I know children could be somewhat disruptive, but you should not be keeping children in the cry room for the entirety of the mass. And here's the reason why. Because as they're growing up, if they don't have a sense of what it means to be around a group of community, and that's all they know is that cry room, most likely when they grow up, they're not going to have an attraction to going to mass. I mean, who wants to go to mass to be stuck inside of this room in a corner somewhere? And I get it, okay? People complain about children crying, but if you complain about children crying, I can very much complain about people coughing in the church too. So just something to think about is that where do we want our children to be? Do we want them to be stuck in a cry room, or do we want them to join us in the congregation and as they're growing up to worship with us? Okay, so just keep a note on that. Someone had mentioned to me that the AC in the sacristy at St. Anne was broken. Mr. Alvin and also Mr. Jimmy had gone in there to fix. There was a capacitor that was bad, and so we fixed it, and the AC now is good to go. But speaking of which, my AC at St. Philomena on the upstairs in the rectory, it's not working so hot right now. It seems to be working okay right now, but this past weekend, right before Mass, I came inside. It was at 80 degrees. But anyways, I looked on it today. It seems to be working. I hope we don't have any more problems that come from it. But if it does, we will fix that too. Okay. Inside of Assumption Church, behind the high altar, we have installed a dehumidifier. And I think before the dehumidifier was put in, the humidity in the church would be at 60%. But after we have installed it, we ran a hose down under the church out to the drain. The humidity in the church now is probably about 45%, which is a lot better. And humidity will destroy everything. Not only give you this bad smell, but also it will over time deteriorate things. And so we do want to keep our buildings in good standing. And so that's why we put it there. But then we didn't have an electrical outlet right there. And so we ran this nasty orange line from the choir. You probably didn't notice it, but we ran it from the choir along the edge of the church to that. But anyways, the guys have recently installed a permanent outlet there right next to the dehumidifier for the dehumidifier. Anyways, if you hear the sniffing and my nasally sound, that's because I'm dealing with an insane, there's a word I'm looking for, allergy right now. So my apologies for that. Okay, speaking about Assumption Church, we had a wonderful celebration on the 225th anniversary of Assumption Church Parish being founded. And I have to say, right before Mass, I was a little concerned that we were going to have a lot of rain, because as I was looking outside, going outside from the sacristy to the front of the church to get ready for Mass, the clouds were building up. It was getting dark. It was getting gray. And I was like, I need to come up with a backup plan, like right now, where we're going to fit all these people, how we're going to keep it out of the rain, and all that kind of stuff. And then after the Mass, we walked outside, and thankfully the Blessed Mother was there just to be able to keep the rain away for a good solid half a day after that. It didn't start raining until early this morning. So we had a wonderful turnout. I am so grateful to not only our parishioners, to our choirs, all of the people around in the area. We had people as far as Lake Charles coming by to visit and celebrate the day with us. I know a lot of people came from out of town, from New Orleans, from Donaldsonville, and you have Belrose, Pankerville people coming by to celebrate with us, at least if not, celebrate the Mass with us. I am so grateful and appreciative of that, of you guys spending your time and energy to come out and to enjoy the celebration with our community. It really makes a statement on the people there right now of how much this parish means to them, and we want to keep that going. And so thank you, and I really support that. So anyways, I will be posting pictures very soon with that. And that day, we also had Mr. Richard Meek from the diocese coming out. And so you should be expecting to see an article in the Commentator very soon. Last time I had mentioned about our marriage prep coordinators. We have a number of people volunteering for that. And so Lindsay and Jared Wells will be helping out with marriage preparation for St. Philomena Church, and I have Kim and Donnie Alvarado will be helping out with the marriage preparation, and also Kim will be helping out with the marriage day coordinating for St. Anne and Assumption Parish. Thank you so much, you guys, for volunteering for those positions. May the Lord continue to bless you, your family, and all that you do. I had emailed Father Joel early this morning, and he said, if you give me 1 second, I'll load up that email and read the email to you. Good news. Very, very good news. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Okay, here it is. So Father Jewel says, my visa interview is on the 18th of June. So we're looking at next week. And he will be he will be receiving his passport on the 19th. And so on June the 23rd, he will be leaving India and he will reach us here in the States on June 24th. And he will give us more information about the flight when that time comes. So we really pray for his return, safe return trip back home with us. By the way, I have also made some updates to our website. So if you check the website now, actually, let me go ahead and check the website and tell you some of the things that we've been putting on there for y'all. So this website to us, compared to a lot of places that I have visited and just inquired about, this website is practically free. We pay about $1.25 a month for this website, whereas the one before we're paying up to nearly $200-300 for the year, and this is one parish. And so this is working well for us, but it seems to be missing something. Okay, so if you guys can tell me what it's missing, like visually, let me know. Because it just feels that way. I don't know if it's true, but it just feels that way to me. But on the website right now, if you check the website, not only can you check it on your phone. So if you go to Bayou Land, all one word, kind of like Disneyland, Bayou Land Churches, plural, BayouLandChurches.com. You can check our website. I have my entire calendar on there, whether it's wedding, funerals, regular masses, different events that we have. They're all on there, and they're for you to reference if you need, if you would like to attend something or if you need something. That's for you to reference on there, and you can backtrack in time, and you could also fast forward in time to see what's has been scheduled and what will be scheduled. So just keep a mental note on that. If you need to know something about us, it's probably on there. And the neat thing about it is if you click on the actual event itself, most of the time you'll find some details. So we have details that we need to add. It's going to be under those links, okay? If you have any questions about it, call the parish office. We can help you out with that. The website also has the link for the Facebook. I post all of my bulletin articles to the website on a weekly basis. So if you want to catch up with that, that's on there. And also underneath the home page, you will find all of the staff's information. If you click on our names, you can email us directly. I don't know if you know that. I'm going to add that note on here that if you ever need to contact one of us personally, that's the best way to do it, is just send us an email. And then on here, we also have the minister schedule, the bulletins. If you yourself are looking to have your children baptized, all of the paperwork is on here. Likewise, with things like the marriage preparation, all of the paperwork is on here. Always, if you need more information, always call the church office. We can help you out with that. And one thing I haven't really been, I haven't mentioned a whole lot is our section on faith formation. So if you go to our website and you go under faith formation, there is a number of online resources, everything from form.org to these online resources, whether it's on YouTube or it's on different websites, for you to help enrich your faith. That's something so important for us as Catholics, is to enrich our faith on not only on a weekly basis when you come to Mass, but on a daily basis. If you want to have a good relationship with anybody, you have to be in contact with them on a regular basis in order to know who they are, what they do, that you can have a relationship with them. So I just want to encourage that. Go to our website, Faith Formation. Under there's a number of links that you can check to be updated, and not only to be updated, but also to learn about our faith. Also, the last item on here that I want to talk about is our emergency phone line. Our previous phone line worked, and it worked okay. So if you call the number, what it'll do is it'll ring my phone and Father Jewel's phone. There are two problems with that. One is that if you call and Father Jewel or myself are in a meeting, we're celebrating Mass, or simply if we're just away for a number of reasons, we typically miss the call. And not only do we miss the call, people, when they panic, they don't leave a message. They move on to the next help. So what I have done is I have upgraded that to a Google Voice account. The account is free, which is the next best part. We had to pay for our previous emergency phone line system through Skype, but this one is free. And what this Google Voice allows me to do is that, let's say if there was someone panicking, they called and they need a priest, not only does it ring my phone, Father Joel's phone, but during the office hour, Monday through Thursday from 8:30 until 4:30, all the phones in the office will also ring. So you're bound to catch somebody. And after office hours from 4:30 up until almost midnight, actually until midnight, there are 2 other people scheduled throughout. I have some people helping me volunteer to be on call to take those phone calls. So when you call pretty much at any given time, even at midnight, past midnight, my cell phone will be at least the one to ring. Okay, so please leave a message. But now you're bound to talk to a real human being, where they can just simply take down the message and forward that message to me. So again, thank you for all those who have helped me volunteer be on call for the emergency phone line. So the new number has been updated on the bulletin. It's on the website. You can actually even go to the website and just click on the phone number, and that phone number will dial us directly. I've tried to make this as painless and free of stress as much as possible. I would imagine if I was someone in a stressful situation calling in, that I would like to talk. I would like to talk to a real human being. You know, it's just who we are. We want to talk to somebody for help. So just to let you know, if you need something, please call and let me be the one to decide whether it's important or not to attend to you at that moment. Because there are so many times when people call me and they would tell me, Father, I hate to bother you for XYZ reasons. Don't worry about that. Let me be the judge of that. And if it's important, I will attend to it. If it's not important, I'll schedule it with you and we can do it some other day. But please, if you need something from us, call us. Call me. Okay? So here, this weekend, we celebrate Father's Day. And there's nothing more that makes me happy when I go home and see my dad, mom and dad. We just recently celebrated Mother's Day, but Father's Day is coming up. And one of those things being with my dad is just seeing how hardworking he is in order to support our family, to raise us. And that's something I appreciate so much from my dad. And it's something that I don't often tell him either. That's something I need to continue working on a daily, weekly basis, is just to call him up and say, Dad, thank you so much for what you do for this family. And not only for his family, but he goes beyond that to the people around him. And so this weekend, I want to reach out to all of our dads and to encourage you, as myself, that's why you call me Father, to continue being good dads, good fathers to our children, that when they see us, they see a model of charity, they see a model of love, particularly when we learn to love our spouse. Your spouse being the physical woman next to you, my spouse being the church, that we may continue to love our spouse on a daily basis, to lay down our lives for her. And I want to end with this with you. So as a priest, there's a prayer, and I want to, let me see if I can load up that prayer right now. That prayer comes out of a Catholic prayer book, and it says, and it prays, O priest of God, say this Mass as though it were your first Mass, your last Mass, and your only Mass. Maybe a reminder to you dads is that the first day that you saw your child, you know, that you're being a dad, may it be for you that you could celebrate your fatherhood as if it was your first day being a dad, your last day being a dad, and your only day being a dad. I think that will change our perspective in how we see our families. So anyways, as I close, happy Father's Day to y'all, and we will see you in the next episode. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the week, and may God bless you.